It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh yes, sometimes you're welcome back. Opening up on S3, this is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and officially welcome to the Culinary Hotline. Bling, ting, ting, ting. Yes, I'm so excited for this one because earlier we had the absolute pleasure of getting to know Chef Charne Sampson and hearing about her absolutely inspiring culinary journey. And now she's here in the kitchen ready to showcase a Cape Malay inspired menu. I can't stop smiling because I'm so excited about this. She's going to be preparing a fragrant Malay prawn curry, and then we've got slangetjies up on the menu, and then after that, a beautifully succulent steak. So if you've got any culinary questions, join in on the discussion and send us your voice notes now. A reminder, the number is 0634088863. But first up, Charne is making us the Malay prawn curry, and look at all the colors, flavors, and variety going on here. This is enough for any enthusiast to get excited about. Charne, take me through all this magic. How are we doing this?
So with this, I've decided to just incorporate a basic spice blend, which I have on the recipe at work.
Okay.
Obviously didn't do like the more fine dining things because that would take us all day.
Yeah, of course.
So this over here is, I've got a paste number one, let's call it paste one on this side, which just brings that more spicy element to the dish.
Okay.
So we've got some jalapenos, garlic, cumin, coriander, a garam masala mix over here, some lemon juice. And then on this side, I've made like a sultana pickle, so that will bring through a bit of sweetness, a bit of acidity as well.
Ooh. So wait, are we using these two separately?
Yes, so they get cooked separately. Well, this just gets blended,
Okay.
and then this one gets cooked first, and then we add this to this.
I love that.
So it's a bit of a process, but it's layers, creating that complexity.
Let's start
in the
layering
flavors
it up as we go. So which one are we going to start off with first? And can I assist you anyway?
Yeah, would you like to start with the first base? So that's basically all of these elements. Just simply go into a blender with the oil and just blends into a paste.
You sure you're going to leave me with this responsibility, Charne?
I mean, it's just blending.
Okay, everything's been measured up here already, right?
Yes,
okay,
yes,
so I'll pop these all into the blender at the moment. Want to talk to us what you're doing on your side?
So I'm just chopping an onion here. So this is basically for the more of like a curry Cape Malay spice dressing.
Yeah.
So this, I'll just saute the onions off and then add the different spices. So I've just got a normal, like a medium curry base over there.
Okay.
And then more cumin, coriander, I like to add that. And then the base of it is going to be the prawns. So to get that more prawn flavor coming through, I like to just take off the actual heads of the prawns as well. So I'll just break them off and pop them straight into the pot and then get more flavor out of that.
So keeping the heads is actually providing you more flavor?
Yeah, because if you look, once you break it open, there's all of that. And that brings through flavor as well, but just want to cook it out.
Stuff. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Pop this in the pan.
So let's just make sure that the pan is on. Is that going on the middle one?
Yeah.
All right, let me just make sure that's on for you. Voila, pan is on. And any tips with this? Obviously, you mentioned keeping the heads on, but heat-wise, color-wise, what are we looking out for in terms of like that finished product here?
Color-wise, you just want it to, you'll see it will go almost like translucent and a little bit lighter. But you don't want it to burn, because otherwise then the flavor that pulls through, you don't get that delicate prawn flavor that comes through.
Okay, and those words like delicacies are exactly what we are coming from, or coming for, sorry. I didn't finish my recipe there because I was just a bit concerned when I looked at all the sort of chilies and peppers that you've included in that. Now, I know if you are Cape Malay, you love it spicy, the spicier the better. I always put a nod to Chef Clem because he literally throws in, if the recipe requires like 2 chilies, he puts in 6. And I know that everybody loves good spices. For those that are not that familiar with a very spicy dish, what would be the recommendation on this step here to kind of maybe reduce the spiciness but not lose out on the flavor? Because that's quite important.
So also the reason why I like to do them separately is because now you're able to add as much of the more spicier paste as you'd actually like to your preference.
Okay.
And then also, if your dish is almost done, you can add a little bit of like sour cream, creme fraiche, yogurt. I like to add coconut cream.
Oh, yes.
Just if it's a bit too spicy for you, that will help eliminate that bit of element.
Tone it down a bit.
But the coconut cream also adds a bit of sweetness. So if you're not someone who likes that sweetness, maybe sour cream, creme fraiche, or like yogurt, whatever you have in your fridge.
Okay, that makes sense. Listen, the smells over here, absolutely incredible. It really is giving me that fresh ocean feel. I need to finish off my work here. I'm being a very bad, what do you call me, like a sous chef kind of a thing?
Yeah.
With regards to the chilies, obviously, are we keeping these green parts in here?
No, you can cut the green parts
off. Cut that off, all right. Let me just grab a knife.
You also see that they're all de-seeded as well. Just because the seeds will also add an extra bit of
I
It'll
thought
make it more spicy.
I thought as much. I wanted to make sure of that because a lot of people have told me that that's where the spice is, and when I do chow into it, that's exactly where I feel the heat to be coming from. So a great tip there, Zanzi, if you are listening right now, then pay attention to the fact that you can slightly reduce the hot factor, the spice factor, and the heat on this one by maybe reducing and eliminating the seeds from your chili. Or as you said, you've got the paste here, so you can use that as a sort of gauge to see how much spice you want to add to this dish. A lot of paste means a lot of spice, I guess, right, Charne?
Yeah,
All right.
extra flavor.
How are you looking on your side over there?
So these are almost to color, and then I'll add my onions.
All
And
right.
then the spices, and then there's just sugar and vinegar. Cook that all down.
Give me to pass you the onions.
Yes, please.
I feel so
Thank
like
you.
legit at the moment, like I'm in a piece itself, assisting one of the coolest chefs in the game. I've like transported myself to Franschhoek, but let me finish off this side. I don't disappoint my chef. I wanted to find out from you with regards to like, sorry. I just put this on and then it sort of asks you a question. So this is the important part. You can either share some secrets with me because no one's going to be able to hear anything on live TV, or we make some noise. So with that being said, 3, 2, 1, make some noise. Nice. And I know that this is a nice paste, so what I'm going to do is just kind of shake it up so I can get more of the peppers to really work into the mix right now. Let's go again. And a reminder, Zanzi, you got any questions for Charne, please don't hesitate to come through. Contact us, send us a voice note, send us a WhatsApp line. And yeah, we've got so many culinary infusions out here right now. Okay, Charne, a question from your side, if you can help me with regards to the sort of consistency on the paste. How's that looking?
That's looking good.
All right, I'm going to show the camera that just so you can kind of see how pasty this thing looks. I don't even can get a close-up on that, but ooh, it smells so good. I thought I was just going to get like that sensation of heat coming out of this, but there's
Yeah.
more flavor in here than anything else, and it's so well balanced.
So
Oh,
that's why I
love
like
this.
making like a spice paste all the time with all things that I make, because that's your constant.
Okay, so
throughout
this is
the
like the
dishes.
paw.
Yeah,
and again, I've got to
that's
show the
the-
camera. Just check at that. It's a great consistency, lots of flavors that you can literally see in that. I've kept mine a little bit chunkier, I think. My word is rustic. I don't know if a lot of chefs approve of that word. That's like an excuse when you didn't do something right. But I love this. It gives that authentic feel. I mean, you can literally see some of the ingredients in this. So I think there's a lot of passion that goes into. Oh, wait, I can't get over the smell, though. It is so good. I'm going to make a batch for myself when I get home. But paste is done. Onions and prawn heads are in the pan. Where do we go from here?
As well as the garlic. So
Oh, sorry,
now
garlic's
I'll
in there
put
as well,
in,
yep.
Now I'll put in the actual spices.
Okay, maybe hand that to
And
you.
then I
to make that
basically
easier.
you just want to smell them until they're all fragrant.
Okay.
I know like normally people like to say, toast off your spices in the oven first, but you're technically toasting it in the pot now.
I suppose all that heat,
So,
of course.
yeah.
And a reminder, what spices did you just throw in this one?
So we've got some ground cumin, ground coriander, and a medium curry powder in there as well.
Lovely. And again, just a reminder, the smells in the kitchen right now are absolutely insane. I hope you're paying attention. I hope you're hoping to replicate some of this. But if you do want to, then you're going to have to head online, or you're going to have to go to a piece itself and just get some of the flavors served up in the most perfect way that you can.
Yeah, you're always welcome to.
The colors, I must say, here are looking Cape Malay authentic. Whenever I see these sort of rich curry colors and those sort of, I wouldn't say curcumin, but like turmeric sort of colors coming through, it just reminds me of home. This is now where you blending and lending into the world of nostalgia. This is where memories come through and come together. So I see what you're doing here. I see what you've done. Lovely stuff.
And
It's
then we're
looking
gonna
good.
add,
and then,
the sultanas, the sugar, and then I've just got some white wine
Sultanas,
vinegar as well.
Sugar and white wine vinegar.
So I do like it to be, I do like things on a bit of a sweeter side than just the more spicy side of things.
So having a
So
bit
that's
of...
why I've got the sultanas in there.
Okay, so that kind of
Besides just
balances
the
the
sugar.
spice out.
Yeah.
Nice. And some of those sort of, I would imagine, sugars in the sultanas, will they come out into the recipe itself and
Yes.
add more flavor to it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that kind of like is creating a bath of flavor right now with those prawn heads and everything else. If, for example, we didn't have prawns, Is there something we could possibly substitute to still get like a seafood kind of a feel? Or is it prawns or nothing on this one?
No, but I personally do love crayfish in here.
Oh, yeah.
But I would say you can use a nice white fish as well. So like yellowtail, that's a more firm fish, or cobbleyo, or kingklip or hake. Those work perfectly fine. And if you do get like the cobbleyo or the hake, you can also incorporate the bones in there to almost get a more fishy flavor if you'd like.
Ah, of course, that makes absolute sense. So, Charne, just a quick one. You can talk us through how we're going to finish this off, but we will come back and present the final of this lovely curry. But what will we do straight after this? Just talk us through it before we go.
So straight after this, this will just cook down a little bit more. And then I'll add some of that spice paste to this. Take out the actual prawn heads, blend this. So that it's more of a smooth, and then add the actual prawns to that and cook that down again. So you have that prawn flavor pulling through again.
Okay, so Mzansi, this is what's happening right now. We are elevating everything in the kitchen. We are here with Chef Charne from Epice, a lovely restaurant doing Cape Malay infusions with a little bit of a French twist, and that's what's happening right now. We'll come back and show you how we finish off the rest of this curry, but already it is looking incredible. Charne, beautiful stuff. Let's finish this off. Nice. Oh.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is Expresso, you're in S3, and I can tell you that the entire studio, right, is smelling like prawn curry because of one person. We have Chef Charne Sampson, who's here, an award-winning chef from Epice in Franschhoek. And I'm telling you now that I've been watching this thing be created. I've been watching it like it's raising a child, and here we are, graduation day. Charne, so this has been... It's been amazing to watch you make this. This has been immaculate. So can you finish it off? I want to give it a taste. Is that fine?
Yeah, I'm just going to finish it off with some fresh coriander. I'll just pick it whole.
Just go for it.
You know?
I'm just going to taste it because I actually brought my own roti from home.
Wow.
Yeah, you're welcome. I brought this from home because you have to always be ready. I don't know if you go to work with roti because I do. It's important. So it's going to break off just a little piece here. Just a little piece. A piece. Just like that. You're welcome. And there we go.
You have taste test. Let's
I
go.
need a... Hold on, I've also brought my fork from home. This is great. So let me just taste a little taste test here. I'm going to taste a little bit of the sauces here, which is very important. And then I might just actually de-shell a prawn. I might just do that. We'll see as we go along. But I just want to do the taste first. Already, it smells good. How does this feel as a chef? You know when you do your test kitchen and you're putting things in the menu, and then finally you actually release it to the world. Sorry, I'm eating with my mouth full. But what does it feel like when that first dish that you kind of refine in a test kitchen goes to a customer? Like, do you stand there at the kitchen in the window just think like, are they going to like it?
Yes, I do.
Do you? Or do you invite your friends over for the test kitchen experience and they can tell you?
First, yeah, to start off first, like I'll taste it with the managers and we'll taste it with different wines to see what works better, obviously.
Yes.
And then when it goes out to the first guest, you stand in the kitchen and you're like, okay, table 5. Okay, they're smiling. Send out, let's go.
That is brilliant. And I've always wondered about that because, I mean, this is like really, it's inventing and then creating this thing, putting it on a plate and putting it out there must be so daunting. It's like making music and you just want them to like it. And I think that's so cool. So, by the way, I like this. And every single person here I know has put their mark on one of these prawns here, so I can see that. But let's continue because we're going to make slangetjies. So we're going to shift our orientation. I'll flip around the side. By the way, I almost wanted to eat while you were talking and doing slangetjies, but it's okay. So I've always seen this already in a packet, Charne.
Yeah.
But you are someone who has the Cape Malay roots set with your French cuisine background. You're connecting them together, and that's what everybody tastes when they go to your restaurant, which is great. So slangetjies, this is where it begins. What is that?
So this is chickpea flour. So the base of slangetjies is chickpea flour.
Yes.
And I've got some oil over here.
Okay.
Pop this one.
All right. I hope it's that one. Yes, it
there
is.
we go.
Oh, there we go. Woo! Come on now. You know what? I'm not going to lie to you. I'm still thinking about the curry in my mind here. It's in my... It's so good. Okay, cool. Continue.
So with this, I've got 3 different spices which I add extra. So again, just like a medium curry powder. So at the restaurant, we do make our own.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously at home, you can just go buy a Raj. It's easier. And then some turmeric and some cayenne pepper.
Okay,
so,
you make your own curry powder. Do you want to give us some like idea of the basics of making your own curry powder? Not your restaurant secrets, but just the basics.
Yeah, the basics is just fenugreek, some cumin, coriander, flake chili, and then I also add a little bit of extra actual chili powder to it, just to get that extra bit of spice to it. But I find the fenugreek is what brings through that medium curry flavour.
And it's great. Fenugreek is also very good for health benefits as well. You know, I think that people underestimate the fact that fenugreek is good for so many different things. And there we go. Now you're putting it into
so we just mix that all together in there.
Love it.
And then add some oil. So we just heat this oil up.
Okay, cool. The oils. So while we're doing that and get everything heating, all right, we do have a bit of a chili question coming from one of our amazing Expresso family members. So let's take a listen.
A very good morning to my Expresso family. I just need to know to the chef, is there a difference between jalapenos and the chilies? Thank you so much, Jocelyn Avocados. Bye.
Okay. Jalapenos and chilies. Yes, basically in terms of the difference between that sort of thing. You know when you get chili powder and you get jalapeno, in terms of adding it to dishes, I suppose this is what I'm capturing from your question. Thank you for asking. The difference there.
So the difference with jalapenos and chilies is just that, for me, I feel jalapenos have a lot more of like a sweeter flavour to it. It's not as spicy. Obviously, you get jalapeno on the scale. It's like jalapenos, serrano chilies, bird's eye chilies, habaneros, and then ghost chilies. So that's from not sweet, from sweeter to more spicy.
Okay.
And I prefer the jalapenos just because it gives you that little bit of spice, but also sweetness.
Yeah.
And then I always throw in a bird's eye chili every now and then, just to bring us back up to that spice level.
You have to, eh? Like, I think that's the thing about these dishes as well. I love the fact that the heat can be turned up, because then you can use as much as you want or as little as you want. That's entirely up to you. So I'm enjoying that. I'm more of a Scotch bonnet person myself, you know what I'm saying? So I love it when it burns. It's got to burn. But habanero, the sweetness of habanero is unmatched. And I think a lot of people miss out on that because it's so spicy for so many people. Okay, so you're mixing that together. What happens as we go along? And this recipe, in terms of timing to make slangetjies, how long does it usually take?
It's very quick to make. The only thing is I like to rest it overnight, so I have brought one as well. Just, you know, everything tastes better when it rests for like a day, a night or so.
Agreed. Even people that work on TV in the morning as well, we work better when we rest. Not that we do, but it's fine. We'll be awake for you. So, okay, cool. Now we're getting the hands involved here.
Yeah, and then you basically just mix it on up.
Okay.
Oh, I think I added a little bit too much water.
You know what? It's fine. The great thing about this is that you've gifted us some of these recipes as well, which we'll place on expressoshow.com. But like this here is just a little bit of a step-by-step of what it needs to be like. So let's just say you added a bit less water. Are we looking for a doughy texture?
Yeah, it's a little bit more. It's like ever so slightly tighter than this, but it is more wet than dry.
Okay, understood. So that's
and then
the texture.
once it stands, you'll see it will come out like this.
Okay,
so
cool.
this is. You can see it's got a slight crust on the outside. So I've just wrapped this in cling wrap and let it rest. But you see there, it's got that same yellow turmeric-y colour to it as well.
That is very cool. And then that's how, so in terms of application, like how do you make the slangetjies from there? I know like we can kind of hop forward if you want to.
Yeah, let me just
do that.
give
I know.
my hands a bit of a wash.
No problem. That's fine. You can, I'll wait for you. I'll be here in the meantime. Hey, so how are you doing? You good? That's great. Just wanted to chat to you while Chef Charne washes the hands. Very important when chefs wash their hands, so that you know. Slangetjies, they've always been a conundrum to me, but I think today, at least you know that it's from this particular piece of dough that we'll make magic here with a fine dining chef. This is exciting. Okay, so
we've
now
got
that that's done.
Dough. So you see my hands are still a little bit wet and I'm just working it again.
Is that the idea though?
Yeah.
Keep it wet. Okay, cool.
Just so that it's more malleable.
Yes.
But it's not completely wet. And then this is our slangetjie machine.
When I saw this, I'm like, oh, what is this here? Is this the... This is where... Sorry, can you see this? I hope you can see this. Look at that. Those are where the slangetjies come out of. That's going to be so cool. So I'm assuming you're going to compress that in there,
so this dough we just roll up like that.
Yes.
Pop it in there. Just let's take a little bit
Okay,
off.
this is very exciting.
And that goes in there.
And you roll this straight into your hot oil?
Yeah, straight into the oil.
Oh, this
so
is great.
this will just turn.
All right. Is the oil hot enough to give us a bit of a demo? Because I know that we could make a few, but I think I want to give this a, I want to see you give this a shot before we throw this to expressoshow.com, which is where you get all the recipes. This is exciting. This is great. And remember, any questions, 0634088863. That
But
is...
we've also got to make our curry salt.
Oh, you're making curry salt. Okay,
So,
let's
gotta
do that
season
quickly.
it.
Okay.
So this is the final product of it, but it's basically just salt, a bit of garam masala, cayenne pepper, and then again a bit of curry powder.
Okay,
So you
cool.
can use normal salt, but I wanna get that flavor pulled through all the way.
That's cool.
And then I prefer to blend it just so
Yeah.
that, I mean, you can just mix it by hand, but if you blend it all together, you get that extra spice.
But that's the slangetjie flavor that I'm getting from there as well.
Yeah.
Which is coming from... Oh, where is that coming from? That's
A
great.
little bit of-
Okay, we're going to blitz the salt up. We're going to do some
then check
slangetjies
the
as
oil.
well with Chef Charne in the next couple of minutes. And when we come back, I'm going to tell you now, we're going to have fresh slangetjies ready for the crew and for you. Plus, go to expressoshow.com. We've got recipes up there as well. And if you're on the Western Cape, Franschhoek area, please go visit Chef Charne Sampson, one of the best in the biz. But stick with us. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's time for some talent.
It's my feel good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're right in the middle of our final installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling. Wow, that pause was unacceptable, guys. Can we try that again? It's the Culinary Hotline Bling. Oh my gosh, it got worse, but that's okay. We're going to bring you some great energy because Chef Charne is still in the building sharing some mouth-watering recipes with us this morning. Now, last up, she's preparing a delicious steak. And get ready for her expert tips on achieving the perfect sear as well as the perfect seasoning and doneness to make the steak juicy, tender, and of course, bursting with flavor. And of course, if you have any questions for us, let us know on our WhatsApp line. That's 0634088863. You made slangetjies with Carl. I feel like we got to taste it.
Yeah.
Do you usually taste along the way as you cook?
Yeah, so this is my favorite snack in the restaurant, actually.
Is it really?
Yeah, this extra nose to always make extra.
Wow.
Because I always go stand there and I snack on them.
Mmm. Oh, I love that. Well, speaking of, somebody actually got in touch and wanted to know where to buy that very fascinating slangetjies machine that you've got.
So that we ordered from MR Trading and Co. just in Athlone. Yeah, and then they normally get it in for us.
Okay, so right in the mother city. I
Yeah.
love that. Local and lekker. All right, Chef, what are we getting into today? Some beautiful steak.
So with this steak, I wanted to showcase a very nice smoky dressing that we have on the menu. So I normally complement this with tuna, actually.
Oh, interesting.
But I thought if you make it for yourself at home, the best thing is with a nice piece of steak.
Okay.
So there's quite a bit of different chilies. You'll see this is a chipotle and adobo chili. So we get that in.
Ooh, smoky.
Yeah, but I've edited the actual recipe online just for if you can't get those things.
Okay.
There's substitutes there. And then
And
that
these
over there
ones?
is a dried chipotle chili.
Wow.
So we get all our produce like chipotle chilies, ancho chilies, gajillo chilies. We get them from Mexico dried.
Incredible. So then
that's
you
quite cool.
rehydrate them.
Yeah, so well, these come in like this in a little tin.
Okay.
And then those ones we get in dried.
Okay,
You just get like a
beautiful.
smoky flavor or very intense spice flavor.
So what else do we have here in terms of spices and flavors?
So the main spice otherwise is just cumin.
Okay.
We've got a bit of Worcester sauce, orange juice, oil, lemon juice, garlic, treacle sugar, some spring onion. And with the spring onion, I only like to use the white part of it for this
Okay.
particular paste because the green actually brings to a lot of bitterness.
Is that more useful on top?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
I got you.
Once it's cooked out and blended, it's a bit much.
All right, Chef, so let's go in with everything. And you got butter as well. Is that turmeric?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's just a bit of turmeric as well.
And then let me do this for you because we're going to blend these up, actually,
Yeah,
right?
so those will go together blended. And then I will grab the steaks along. So
you
I
make
just
the
like to
steak.
salt, pepper it, get it on the grill pan, get it nice and hot, and then I'll baste it in the pan. And while basting it, I'll add some of the dressing as well. So
Okay.
then while cooking it, you're infusing all that flavor.
Oh, that's incredible. So how do we know where the line is in terms
That's
of the
where-
wine?
yeah, that's
Is that,
where I would
okay,
stop,
good,
yeah.
good job. Okay, cool. So in terms of steak as well, what piece or what cut are we looking for?
So I prefer some ribeye or sirloin. Well, the ribeye obviously a little bit more fattier, and then sirloin if you're looking for a more tender piece.
Okay.
But it's a nice chunk of meat that you can get good flavor out of as well.
Delicious. Some people are purists. They don't like to put anything on their steaks. They're like, just give me the piece of meat as is. In fact, let me take a bite out of a cow right now because
Yeah.
some prefer it that way. But today we're really dressing this up and making it something special. The turmeric's a really interesting addition for me. Is that to
Yeah.
bring the Cape Malay vibe?
I think, I don't know, everything with me is like a 5 ml of turmeric, but
Yeah.
personally I actually don't like the flavor of turmeric without other things, if that makes
my
sense.
goodness.
Yeah.
On
But
its own, body
its
doesn't do it
own,
for you.
yeah.
Okay.
But otherwise,
I'm just going ahead and adding everything.
yes, everything goes in. I'm going to steal a bit of this oil.
Yes.
On here.
All these cumin seeds?
Yes.
Wow.
I love cumin. It's my favorite spice.
Is it really? And
Yeah.
can you get the dried version as well, or the seeds are preferable?
At the
powder.
restaurant, everything is seeds, and then we use a coffee grinder actually to grind all the spices down, and we make our spices from that. I just feel you get more flavor out of whole spices than the actual powders that you buy in shops. But I know sometimes it's just easier to buy a little jar of spice because you don't use it as often as we do in the restaurants.
Of course. Actually, I have a really more curious, selfish question all around your path of pursuing, I would say, the culinary arts, right? Because you were going to go the route of accounting.
Yeah.
Which is a completely different space to be in. So how did your family sort of accept this journey that you were going on?
Well, I think initially everyone was just like, are you sure about that, eh?
Okay, so they started questioning you.
Yeah, and I mean, look, it was just I found out about Silwood through school, and I also just thought, I went there for a day, and I really enjoyed it. And I was on a scholarship program, and the scholarship then said they will pay for me to go to Silwood. And from that, my family was like, okay, let's try it, you know?
Was the chef school quite pricey, or?
Yeah, and I mean, if you go to like UCT, you have NISFAS and you have those things that can help you. But with chef school, you sort of pay your own way.
Because it's private.
Yeah, it's private.
Hectic.
So that was also a changing factor for me.
Okay.
And yeah, then at least my scholarship, they said, don't worry, we'll fund you. Because we had to write on a list of what all we wanted to do and why.
Yeah.
And they were like, what is Silwood? Why would you want to go there?
Sure.
And I explained it to them. I wrote a whole essay about it.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I don't know why
They
I'm
with a
writing
PowerPoint
this
presentation.
And they
That's
said, let's take a
wonderful.
leap on it. And, well, it's been a success. So.
An absolute success. I mean, does your family come around often? Do they come through to Franschhoek to support you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So if we're very quiet, I'll message my brothers and be like, does someone want to come down? Don't you have any friends that want to come?
Wow. Come
And
through.
they always get everyone to come.
Now, what do I do with these dried chipotle chilies?
So with the dried chipotle chilies, you're just going to add about 2 of them.
The whole thing?
Just cut the tops off, and then you
Okay.
can add all of it. So with this, I'll add the seeds as well, because I want that spicy element.
Are they
to
quite
it.
spicy?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's got a little bit of sweetness to it as well.
Okay, interesting.
So
All right, let's make some noise in here. 3, 2, 1. Wish me luck. Ooh, I guess that's it. And do we prefer a certain thickness? Do you want to go higher?
Yeah, no, that one over there.
Okay, I got you. I got you. I hope I got you. There you
There we
go.
go.
I'm figuring my way throughout this kitchen as well.
I'll pop this in
Wow, smell that.
here. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think I can join you in the kitchen now, chef.
You're hired.
That is incredible. Okay, I guess if you blended it a bit more, it would come silkier.
So that is the, yeah. So
I'm gonna taste this.
this is, and also that's been passed, whereas that one hasn't been passed yet.
By past, you mean?
So we normally, well, in the restaurant we just use a chinois, but at home you can use a sieve.
Ma'am, you're saying things that I've never heard of before. Oh, what? A chinois?
A chinois, yeah.
Okay.
We just melt this butter down first, actually.
Ooh, that's got a bite, but it's like flavorful.
It's flavorful and
a
it's
bit
very
sweet
smoky.
as well, smoky. Oh my God, that's incredible.
That's also why I thought this would be ideal for this particular dish. So in here, I'm just melting down the butter.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add a sprig of thyme. And then just a little bit of the actual
manhandled your
paste
thyme,
as
sorry.
well. That's all good. So this is just to bring flavor through into the actual steak.
Okay,
When
I've
cooking
seen
it.
that. Then you kind of take the spoon and put it on over.
Yeah, so I'll pop some of the...
Oh, lovely. I so wish you could
flavour in
taste this
there.
right now. I would honestly just bottle this up and eat it with every meal I have. It is that good. All right, we're gonna finish up the steak right here, and maybe I'll save you a piece. I don't know. The boys are a little bit hungry today. I'll keep them just a little bite, okay, so they can get the flavor. But of course, all these recipes are available across our socials and expressoshow.com. And then support. Please tell them where and how they can support the restaurant.
So a piece is in Franschhoek. We're based at Le Quartier Français. or fine dining. We open Monday to Thursday for dinners only, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we do lunch and dinners.
Oh, perfect timing, because we're about to get into the weekend, and I feel like this definitely needs to be on your list. Chef, thank you so much. Put it here. I'm going to join you in the kitchen again soon. Wish me luck, please. Let's continue. Yeah. Delicious.
So those can just go in.